Hello folks, and welcome back to another playthrough of Star Wars Fallen Republic for Stellaris. I was wondering what to do today. I had a few different options I was thinking of. Maybe doing another Corellia playthrough again. And also, unfortunately, this is going to be single player again. I know you people want multiplayer, but it's just difficult scheduling for recording. So we're going to be doing single player, but we're going to try Grand Admiral, and hopefully I won't get my butt kicked like I did when I played the Arcanians. I was thinking the Corellians, potentially, because obviously I like Corellia. I was also thinking, let's see, who else was I thinking before I came to my one decision? Was the Hapens? No, it wasn't the Hapens. Onderon, that's what it was. The Kingdom of Onderon down here. But in the end, and I will say, I'm not sure what I think of the Onderonian ship set. I guess the Rebel ships kind of fit, being related to Saw Gerrera and all that. But at the same time, it also feels like, I don't know, it should be something else. But I can't say what. But in the end, I am actually going to go with the Chiss Ascendancy. And reason for that, I kind of want to play the Chiss as the Chiss. Notably the Chiss, and this isn't exactly related in their ethics, but the Chiss, with the way they do war, they don't make the first strike. It's not necessarily that they are pacifists, though. It's more along the lines of, I can't remember the specifics when I went through the one book that really went into this. Oh, what was it? I want to say it had to do with the, not the Far Outsiders, because that's the Yuuzhan Vong. Oh geez, I am making a fool of myself by not remembering. But it's the one with all of the dreadnoughts around the big central core. Oh my god, I can't believe I can't remember this. This is embarrassing. Well, anyways, it's the book that deals with the aftermath of that whole project, which Thrawn was involved with in destroying. But yeah, pretty much it details that the Chiss don't strike first, at least in the old Legends version of the Chiss. I don't know if that applies to canon Chiss. I imagine so, because Timothy Zahn is also still involved with all of that. Anyways, we are going to be doing the canon small galaxy here. I think it can work out all right. I know someone, I want to say it was Havoc, recommended doing one of this, like the Sphere Galaxy that isn't one of the canon galaxies. The only thing there, it's not the same feeling. There's a feeling with having all the worlds set up properly and all that. First Galactic Empire. If I was playing Onderon, I might consider turning it off, because it's going to make the Empire stronger, but since I'm going to be the Chiss, I think I can be okay without it. Habitable worlds, I'm going to put 0.25. I don't know what 0 does. I haven't tried 0, but I'm going to do 0.25. That means there will be less worlds that can be inhabited and should reduce the lag in-game. I know there's also been updates to Stellaris itself, which is supposed to help the lag. In the regular base game, I haven't noticed too much, but then again, the base game itself has been relatively good for me lately. So we'll see here. I did do one test game of the latest version of Fallen Republic, because that's another reason I'm playing this. There's a new version of Fallen Republic if you've been on the wayside for the last few weeks. So mid-game and end-game start years will leave the same. Same for the victory year. Honestly, I should turn off victory year, because even when we get to the victory, we may not necessarily stay there, but we also got to try and get to that point. Difficulty. We're going to go up to Grand Admiral. It's going to be difficult, definitely. But I think because of where we're positioned in the galaxy, we can set it up pretty well. Set up some good defenses and make it work. I hope anyways. Scaling difficulty will be off. AI aggressiveness we'll just leave to normal, I believe. Probably the best bet. Low, I think that would kind of hinder the wars that the AI does with itself. So let's go ahead and get started here. Now, once we go in game, we'll have to change a few policies. If I remember correctly, the Chiss start with a moderate level of oppression, which, honestly, the oppression mechanic is helpful for reducing political parties, but it just makes things so much difficult as far as managing your economy. And honestly, I don't know if it's necessarily the Chiss way. You could say that a very military sort of structure could be oppressive, but I don't know. I'm leaning towards no on it. So we'll change that up. We'll change our war settings so that we can only do defensive wars. Of course, once those wars start, we'll use that opportunity to claim a bunch of territory. So we'll have to make sure that we take the institution that lets us reduce the cost of claiming systems and all that. Yeah, I think that's really about it. I think that's covered all of the main points. I played Fallen Republic a little bit after the last update, just to see how it is. It feels a little bit better. But again, we'll find out. What should I do as far as Jedi go? Should I have my people open to be Jedi? Probably not. I should probably turn it off. I want to say, even if you turn off the Jedi Ascension mechanic, that you do still have a chance of getting Force sensitive, individuals. So, it may not necessarily completely cripple us. Big question on the Outer Rim, though, is obviously going to be dealing with all of the pirate forces and all that are spread throughout. Which is always a pain because they are completely overpowered. Also, I expected that this would have loaded a little bit quicker. I can't remember if I installed Stellaris on a solid state drive this time or not, because I did get a new solid state drive. All right, Chiss Ascendancy is an aristocratic. Oh my god, aristocratic. I was trying to say Aristotle there. Aristocratic oligarchy with a complex government consisting of the Council of Families and their aristocra, a cabinet of 28 governors, a senate, and a parliament. Located in the unknown regions of the galaxy, Chiss space consists of at least 10 important worlds ruled from Scylla, the capital. Though their strictly patrolled borders have been subject to change over the centuries, the Chiss themselves are not known for their aggressive expansionism, as it violates their fundamental belief system that forbids any Chiss from taking preemptive or aggressive military action in the name of the Ascendancy. Isolationists at their core, the Chiss are a fanatically xenophobic people with strict authoritarian values that run deep in their society. They radically differ from other members of the galaxy and are more interested in their own internal affairs than those of other galactic powers. Alright, so big thing here. I should probably do colony development speed. Any places that we do find, we should take over. Pop growth will do, and let's go for engineering research, I think. Alright, next, policies. So, war philosophy, we are going to be doing just defensive wars. Violence is last resort to ensure the integrity of our nation. Claiming of systems is only allowed during defensive wars. Now, the one nice thing is the way that Stellaris has changed. Now, this has been for several months now. Ever since the Federation DLC came out, I think, if not earlier than that. The way that you can send envoys and all that to reduce relations with people, it makes it really easy to potentially goad other nations into war. Now, obviously, the smaller countries will be more difficult Unless they're part of like a federation that goes against us, but we'll deal with that in time. Medical treatment, nothing changed there. Forced ascension. Doesn't seem like we can change any of those just yet. Oh well. Oppression. Again, as I said, it's good for, you know, having slaves to reduce factions and all that, but we're just gonna go with none. It just makes things too difficult. Purge is allowed. Slavery is allowed. Population control is allowed. Droid workers allowed. Trade policy. Would the Chiss focus on... I kind of want to do Marketplace of Ideas. Or should it be consumer benefits? You know what, let's go for consumer benefits. Because I don't know if the Chiss would necessarily focus solely on wealth creation. Economic policy, obviously a militarized economy. First contact aggressive, resettlement allowed. Orbital bombardment, indiscriminate. Yeah, that's about all we need. Yeah, safety, security, we don't care because it ain't in our space. We'll send our science ship out to start work. And let's build up this little alloy. Asteroid? Planet? Asteroid. And already people are separating from the Empire. Again, not our concern right now. Let's go to Sicilla. Oh, not Sicilla, Scylla. I always want to call it Sicilla for some reason, but no, that's... who did I watched someone that called it Scylla, and initially I was like, no, that's not it. But yeah, Scylla is more than likely the right way to pronounce this. It's probably not going to be the first time that I mispronounce it though, so it is what it is. We start with an orbital shipyard. Never a big fan of the orbital shipyards, because they're just not as good as the planetary ones, but we'll leave it be for the time being. One thing that I'm thinking of, just to make it a little bit more interesting for this playthrough, if you want to have a character added to this playthrough, and I'll take up to say like 6 characters, leave it in the comments below, like write out the name for your character. Chiss, a Chiss name would be preferable. Look it up on Wikipedia if you need to. But yeah, write out a Chiss name, and you know, I'll add them to the game like the first 6 people. My idea is I'm just going to have them all admirals. And who knows, maybe through the course of things, that particular admiral could become the leader. I might give, for those particular leaders, give them the immortal trait, just so that they don't die, at least die of old age, you know. Figured that shouldn't happen, but definitely there's a possibility that they could die in battle. That's why I want to restrict them to admirals. Alright, what traditions do we want? I'm kind of leaning towards analysis so we can get the research going. Or should I do perhaps expansion? Expansion I'm thinking because of the pop growth speed. Because in the long run that will be useful. Glory, what does this do? Administrative capacity, well the base one reduces pop consumer good upkeep. Reduced time for people to be demoted, that's not too important. Empire sprawl penalty reduced. Wow, one path forward, governing ethics attraction. That's kind of tempting. Again, to reduce the number of factions. But I think, honestly, probably our best bet here is analysis. We'll go for research focused. And if we are doing research focus, well, unfortunately we don't have any options.
Construction is complete.
Slave pop resource output. Well, I'm not using slaves right now, so you know what? We'll go with her. As far as the question of what to do with aliens, I'll get to that once we actually take over some alien planets and get some alien pops in our empire. More than likely, we are going to just enslave them. We'll put that as like the default for now. So citizenship, we'll make slaves. Living standards, basic. Well, that's all we can do, so yeah, basic. Military service, soldiers only, colonization, no. Population controls, should we enable that? We'll leave it be for the time being. No population controls. Migration controls, yes. I don't want people migrating on their own. What kind of slavery? Chattel? Probably chattel. Battle thralls, not necessarily what we need right now. Indentured servitude gives them political power. I think it does anyways. Yeah, retain more political power than other slaves. Alright, I think that's what we're gonna do. So Sioral here is our one Ecumenopoli, which can be useful.
Have detected an anomaly.
Probably want to focus on the heavy industrial research. So let's do a droid assembly plant here. Another thing about the Chiss is they do have the noble estates. They produce stability and amenities. Take it as you will. It's not necessarily a great thing, but not like a horrible thing. Nice thing, they provide one housing. So, given the way that Fallen Republic is, and it has a lot more building slots, you can go ahead and build these, and for the most part, kind of balances everything out. Actually, the stability might be useful, because more stability means more resources. So you know what, let's go ahead and build these noble estates on each of these worlds. Scylla, are you going to be our main planet for research? The capital gives a +10 to resources from jobs, so I probably should. Also taking a quick moment to look at habitability. Some of these worlds are not very good for it, which is very disappointing. So terraforming might be something we want to try and look for. If that is going to be the case, well, no options there. We got biology, but we really want new worlds for terraforming. Let's do survey speed, because we're early on. Again, because of all the pirate fleets that are around, we're not going to be able to necessarily survey a whole bunch. But we should be able to at least get some of it done.
On the way.
So obviously, if I had to choose, I'd go with the Dark Empowers this. But let's go to our policies here. Tales from the Cantina will allow, but Force Ascension we're going to deactivate. Let's go ahead and do some of our Cantina stuff, because I don't think we're necessarily going to expand out much more than where we are now. This is a little concerning.
A hostile force
of course,
is attacking a spaceport.
it's the damn, the damn Confederate cruiser.
Scanners have detected an anomaly.
All right, let's go take it out. Obviously, one of the nice things here for playing the Chiss is their ship set, obviously. Well, our station seems to be doing a relatively good job at weakening the cruiser. We begin the assault. And with any luck, we'll take them out before they do much damage. Much more damage, anyways. Ancient survey marker, 4 minerals. I think they're going to succeed in the battle against the station there, but at least it's not taking out another faction where they take over the station or anything like that. Plus, even if it was, they wouldn't do it anyways because we have our fleet here. What are the stats on this cruiser? Level 2 for most of the weapons and level 1 for the components. So this isn't necessarily a bad encounter to deal with, so long as you still have the majority of your starting fleet. Or at least I think. Because this cruiser is kind of holding its own here. That's a little concerning. Do the maser weapons do less damage to shields? The normal... No, they do the same amount. Or at least I think they do anyways. Let's do a comparison, at least of level 1. So the heavy mega maser, 90 to 250. 100 to 290. I want to say it's around the same level. Although it looks like the maser weapons do less armor damage, but more hull damage. Slightly more hull damage, but not nearly as much armor damage. So the Chiss are actually worse against armor, which might be concerning dealing with the Yuuzhan Vong. I still have to say I haven't dealt with the Vong yet, but hopefully in this playthrough we will.
Ascendancy technology continues to advance.
Oh, and I just realized we have an advisor voice now. I don't think there was an advisor the last time I played the Chiss. Alright, return to our little base at Scylla. Although this is concerning that they took out some of our hypermatter. Construction ship, go repair that. Also, I'm noticing that we need to pick up more of our trade value, so let's go ahead and build another trade hub at Scylla. And we can probably bring this up the fastest, especially because we haven't encountered any other alien species. Should be perfectly fine for making things go a little bit quicker. Alright, so let's go ahead and build a research lab. One nice thing with the changing up our trade value is it does give us more consumer goods that will make things a little bit easier. Of course, it hurts the credits. Oh well.
Construction is complete.
On the way.
The latest in scientific research is ready for field testing.
Of course, now the credits are good again, so
Additional infrastructure
the only
is
thing
now
I can think of
operational.
that was just Pops kind of filtering over.
I await your instructions.
One thing about playing the Chiss here is it is going to be a little bit slower of a playthrough. There's not going to be any major wars for probably like the first week here. I'd be surprised if there was, because probably it's going to be on me to break through the pirates' blockades and all that. Because it's not until about the mid-game that the AI gets adventurous enough to go out and take those on. I know in the one game I did with Merrick, it seemed like the AI would even like mark systems for ships not to even go into. Alright, found a little... Oh, actually I should do... Let's build a couple science ships here. Now, one thing I will say, if we have people decide to take names for admirals and all that in this playthrough, I am going to try to keep the fleets at the same composition, which might mean a lot more of smaller fleets. But they'll obviously be working together, so there is going to be a little bit of a sense of chance that your character might die, more likely because there's not going to be as many ships in the fleet, in a single fleet, to kind of defend against. But hey, that adds more excitement to it. Alright, so we have a few more science ships going here. One is going to, let's see, archaeological excavation speed. That will be good for this. And this one, survey speed, anomaly research. I'll go with the survey speed. But that one is going to assist research here. Now it's only like a slight amount, like 10%. But as you add more research labs here, it will be more beneficial.
Course approved.
The latest in scientific research is ready for field testing.
What should we focus on? You know what? Let's focus on higher level ships. I think that's the right option. We'll see. Just more industry people, come on. I wanted either Voidcraft. Well, no, I did want Voidcraft there. I think I want Voidcraft for my industry scientist, and then New Worlds for my society one. And if you're wondering why I want that, the way Stellaris works is based on that, you know, random selection of research that you get. Depending on what kind of scientist you have, adds a slight chance to getting that particular type of research. So because we have an industry scientist here, we're more likely to get research related to industry showing up.
Scientific research is ready for field testing.
Same here with our biology person. Having someone in biology will mean more likely to get biology related research. Since we have a little bit of an excess of food,
Scanners have
I'm gonna go ahead and make use of that to increase our pop growth. Unfortunately, it does seem like there are the little slowdowns again, but hopefully it won't be as bad. Xercium composites. Monthly alloys, we'll take it.
Ascendancy technology continues to advance. Additional infrastructure is now operational.
Alright, what do we want of this? Probably the research station output. I'm gonna definitely focus a lot more on more civilian related technologies here for the moment. Just to build up my empire so that eventually when we do move out into the greater galaxy, we'll do better. Anyways, folks, that is going to be it here for today. Don't forget, if you want to have a leader added to the pool, just leave a hopefully more Chiss related name in the comments below. I'll be taking up to 6 people, so the first 6 who comment names in the comments on this video, I will take. Another little rule is if your particular person dies, there will be an opening for another leader, another admiral position. But you, if you want to replace that person immediately, will have to comment on it. I'll be taking, you know, once that opening shows up, I'll be taking, you know, pretty much a first come, first serve basis as to new names. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, and don't forget to follow me over on Twitch, and I'll see you all later.